Good morning. My name is Gerald Smid. I'm Product Manager at MultiTaction, and I'm very happy to do a presentation today or a webinar on Canvus 3.0. And what I really want to show today is what Canvus 3.0 brings to the table, what happens if you upgrade from Canvus 2 to any version of Canvus 2 to Canvus 3.0, and basically how easy it is to use Canvus 3.0. Canvus 3.0 has a lot of extra possibilities, which some of the material has been sent to you already is showing. If you don't need it, you don't have to use it. So it doesn't have to be complicated for you if you don't want to make it complicated, more complicated than 2.0 is. So maybe the first change you'll see is this, we call it welcome screen. So if you're walking to a video wall, like you had before, with Canvus 3.0, you will get a welcome screen. And maybe in the future we can do much more of this, but we started with quite a simple welcome screen. You can set up a default canvas, open any canvas, or basically exit at the moment, or restore a previous session if you close it in a peculiar way. But let's start with a default canvas, and I will start some explanations what's going on. So this is, for people who know Canvas, a very familiar view. You have your big canvas, and you have different widgets, as we call them. So a browser here, a note here. Maybe the first thing you notice is the info panel. It's got a lot smaller. We felt that the info panel was taking a lot of, call it, real estate which was not really necessary, especially when you start using it on your laptop, for instance. We felt that the title or the info panel was quite big. So that's one of the changes we made. Other things we have done is the way that the user interface looks. And as you notice, we have a title bar. I'm not sure how well you can see this. Maybe you can give some feedback, JPL. But so I can actually change everything in the title bar. So I can, call this. I can call this number 1, for instance. And then on the sidebar, I have my other menus. It comes normally with the pin menu, as you know it from before. So you can pin it, so you can move it. Then the other one is a basic annotation menu, so your colors, and then extra menus, and then it comes with the other menus. And these will be slightly different for each widget or each function. They're actually basically the same functions as you had in 2.0. They're just presented in a more modern way and in an easier way also to use for with your mouse if you're using it on your laptop. Before I go a bit further, I will show a little bit, actually make a drawing here, and I will present it to you straight away. So let's make this mine, that's nice on the eye. I'm going to present this note now to you, so you won't see me anymore, you will see the note and what I'm drawing in it. There you go, the note now. So what I want to talk about is where the changes are made in Canvus 3.0 compared to Canvus 2.0. And I want to take a little bit of a step back and talk about local clients, Canvus Connect server, shared canvases, all this kind of stuff, and explain a bit what is going on and why we call things what we call them and where the changes have happened. It starts with let's call this here. I have the video wall. That's connected to, call it a computer connected to it. So we call this a client. This is a video wall. We call this a Canvas client computer here. So, and other things we have are, for instance, I could have a laptop, also run a client. That would be another client. Any canvases on here, which I would, so things, what I'm doing here now is we store here, we call them basically local, because local canvas, and it will be the same here. So anything in the computer which you're working on is a local canvas. Then we have basically call it the Canvus Connect server or the Canvas server, and these are connected. Because the server can basically be anywhere you want. Most of our customers have them on premises. For instance, the demo server we'll be using today is based in America. So different clients, as we call them, are connected to the server. And any canvases here we call shared canvases. I'll just call it shared canvas. Sorry, it's not very clear. It was a bit on the side here. So, because I can, any canvas in the server, I can work from my laptop, from my video wall, I can work on it at the same time, and this is what I'm going to show today. This is where a lot of changes happened in the Canvus Connect server. If you think about user management, we did not have user management before. Now we have the possibilities of giving different user rights to different people in the organization. And I will talk a lot more about that later. But at first, like I said, I wanted to explain you exactly with this drawing what we are talking about and where things are happening and where things are not happening. So what you can still do, I'll go back to the camera. What you still can do is walk up to a video wall and just open a canvas, just like you did with Canvus 2.0. So there is no change in that sense. That is still exactly the same. And we felt that that's a very important feature. We have many customers who have, for instance, only a single client. So of course, you must be able to use that. But also for ease of use. You know, you go to a meeting room, you want to be able to start anything on the wall straight away. Okay, now if we, the other things a lot of the other magic happens is on the shared canvases. So I'm going to talk a lot more about that. To control the shared canvas, or to actually open a server, we go to our canvas list. And here on the side, I have several servers here because we have some demo set up so you can actually have more than one server. But I want to show you what happens when I'm going to sign into a server. And to do that, I will show you how it happens. I will actually mirror my phone because that's part of the setup. Just a moment. So now you should see the screen and my phone. So when I want to sign in, I press on the sign in button. There's a sign in button here on the server. And it gives me different options. This one is set up, it actually comes up with a QR code. And as you know, if you are on a video wall like this, you would be in a meeting. The last thing I want to do on the video wall is put in my username and my password for everybody to see. So for this reason, I have this QR code. As you see, I put my phone there, it sees it, I click it, and it goes to basically to a link. And since my phone already knows who I am, that I'm Gerald Smid from MultiTaction, and it knows my password, I don't even have to fill it in anymore. The first time you will have to do it, but after that it will remember it. I just press authenticate, and I'm logged in. So that's how easy you get logged in on the video wall without anybody else seeing what you're doing basically. They don't see your username and your password when you're logging in. I will go back to the camera view again. There we go. So now we've logged in, and actually the first thing you will see when you log in, and I'm not sure how well you can see that, I will try to zoom in, or I can show it later here. So after you have been upgrading from 2.0 or 2.7, sorry, or any two version to 3.0, all the canvases which there were have been stored in a so-called guest account. We have added a guest account for basically you allow anybody to walk also store stuff in the shared as a shared canvas as a guest. So you wouldn't need any username or password to store stuff there. And since before we didn't have this, we had to store it somewhere, so we stored everything in the guest account. And basically the first thing would be wise to do is when you sign in, check which are the canvases you want to store in your own account and maybe not give everybody access to. So that's the part of that has already happened. Of course, on our side, we already did this work. So I have already canvases here. And I will start opening in one of the canvases we've been working on. So what else? And welcome to Canvus 3.0. So a couple of things you will notice here. Very important one, I think, is this one, the browser. What I've now opened is a browser, and actually it's of my OneDrive, my personal OneDrive. So you need a password, a username and a password to sign into this. And you notice the browser remembered this. So I'm straight away in it. If I would be signed in as a different user, you would not see this browser. So this is a very important feature that it remembers your settings of your browser basically. So your username and password where you can sign into. And that's we know from customer feedback, that's been a lot of customers have been waiting for this. That's because this helps a lot with setting up information like you see here. I don't need to sign in anymore. It's already done, it's taken care of. I can in a moment also show you how it looks if I would be a different user on this level. It's actually very easy to do that. I'll do it very quickly. I just split the wall. So I'll put it in the middle. So here, it's trying to sign me in. Then I just say cancel. I go in as a guest. So here. And I'm looking for the canvas. And you notice it asks me here now to sign in because as this user, I have no credentials for this browser. So that's also a safety feature. So I'm signed in a website where I don't want other people to sign in for it. So it's my personal website or my private data or company sensitive data. So this is a very important new feature of Canvus 3.0. Looking at other stuff, what I will do now is I will now start looking more at the laptop side, what is happening. Just a moment, I'll switch the screen. Okay, what you see here at the moment is the login screen of the dashboard, as we call it. And you can sign in with SAML or you can use it. So what we've done, so SAML means basically I sign in with my company credentials. So it's set up this way. This can be easily done by an administrator that I sign in with my MultiTaction email and my MultiTaction password. It's connected to that system. That's what we've done here. You could use it with QR code, the same as I just showed with my phone, but you notice also here this tab, Remember Me, which you will see on and this basically means once I've signed in on this laptop, it remembers me. So I just press here, sign in with SAML, and I'm signed in. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to put in a password or anything. It has remembered me. So here we're looking at the canvases we've had. So this is my name. There's some other people here. There's a guest account, and I can look at different users. You know, if you want to do that, actually you can make groups. This is for the administrator and admin rights. I won't talk a lot about that now. What I'll do now, I'll go to this canvas where we just looked at, and you can see a little bit what we see here. So you get a small preview, which is nice. But the sharing is getting very interesting. So here you see the sharing what I can do. So Jacob, my colleague, who is also here, he's an editor on this. So he has access rights on this canvas at the moment. So if he wanted to use it, he could change things. I could add, for instance, I can say the guests, the reviewers, and add it. There it is. So now we have the guests also added the viewers. So now everybody can basically see it, and also from outside the organization. Or you could have all users. That's another one. So that will basically mean everybody within your organization as well. So another very useful feature is this link. This is really, it seems a small thing, but I really think it's a sort of a game changer in that sense. That basically, there's a link to a canvas you can copy. So I'll just copy it, show you what happens. So if I would take this link, I could, for instance, send it in an invite. You can now paste the link here. It brings me to a page, and it gives me a link. If I click this link, it will automatically open Canvas slides with that exact same canvas. And you see again, the browser looks different again here because I have no rights in this client yet on that browser. So now I have full access to this. And this is, of course, this link you have there, or this copying of this link, is a great feature for instance, invitations. You have a session, and you want everybody to look at the same canvas. You send that link with the invitation, and everybody just clicks it. You don't even need to have that server set up. It doesn't matter. So anybody who has your Canvas client running somewhere with that link, they can have access to that canvas. So that's a really neat feature for making sure that when you have a meeting, and especially these days when not everybody is in the office or in different places, that you all are looking at the same canvas. Okay, so maybe I'll show some other stuff. So let's look on the easy drag and drop from Windows. For instance, I have here a video file I want to drop in there. Like I just drop in there, and so that's how. No, that's an easy way. That worked also in 2.0, but actually advanced this a bit further. I will show you what that means. We have a lot of copy-paste features, and that's especially on a laptop, I would say, or on a desktop client, a huge benefit. I'll show some examples. Here, for instance, I have a link for so I copy this link, and I have some empty space here. I'll now put my cursor here, and I'll just say Ctrl V, and so now I can just I can copy paste anything from Windows into Canvas and also back. And you could put it in notes or wherever you want to put it, also in between items. And again, this makes it get much easier integration into the desktop and the laptop. Pause this. Okay, some other things I want to show, and I will show them now from the video wall, is for instance, how our presentations include a bit more about the user interface. I think we'll come back maybe later for questions. If there are questions, I see there is a Q&A, sorry. So René Simmons asked, is this the server version? So yes and no. We like I think maybe I already answered that with you that the shared canvas is always on the server. So the things I'm showing here and on the laptop, that is indeed the ones Canvus Connect server, as we call it. Did that answer your question, René? Just type in there if just let me know if not, then I'll come back to it later. What I will do later as well, I'll give you some sound if we at the end of the part, and then we can have more Q&As as well. So I will now share with you my the canvas on the video wall, and just to show you what's going on with different menus. So at the moment, these buttons on the side look very similar to the ones they were in Canvus 3.0. Most probably in the next version you will see some more changes there, being more in the same line as the rest of the user interface that we're using here. But let's start with the pin menu is the same as it was before. If you move things around, it will flash showing you that you're pinned. Nothing changed there. I think here are some changes in the main menu, the canvas menu. We still have the zoom to all the content, but the settings menu has a lot of extra things at the moment. So this is something I want to show here. Background, same as before. You come to images as background. You can choose what you want. So, for instance, if I would choose an image, I can just drag it there, and it puts the image on the background. So it's not the best image to choose here. So I'll go back to the color. You create. So password. Now that's an interesting one. So password protection is still possible on local canvases. So for people having only a video or only a client on your laptop and no server, you can still protect your data because you don't have that user access possibility and the user permissions, which you need a Canvus Connect server for that. But here it says remote canvases don't use passwords. So you have to use user and group-based access control instead. Other one is a demo canvas. As you remember, maybe if I make something a demo canvas, it means that I can play around with it, make any changes. As soon as I close it and reopen it, it's back to its original state. So that's still there. Codis. So maybe you remember our Codis markers. The markers our video streams can read. So you can set here, basically, you can set Codis markers, and you can then control the Codis markers from the menu if it's associated with this canvas, yes or not. And then another one, interesting one, is the default canvas. So that's, remember, on the welcome screen, one of the items was open the default canvas. That's what you can set here. You can say which canvas is the default canvas, and that's now done in the settings menu. Okay, I see there's some more Q&A. Okay. Next one is maybe I want to talk a bit about the presentation list. Looks slightly different, but the function itself is very similar to the presentation list we had before. There's no changes in it, so I can basically drag anything in it. It will move in there. If I would add a movie in it, I can set that it's an image. Actually, I could do that with a plus sign. I have the image here. I can still control locations, and I could say autoplay the video, and I want the logo at the end. just play things to the presentation as we did before in the presentation mode. So that feature is exactly the same as 2.0. It's just we changed the layout slightly of it. I'll show it again. But it's I just wanted to show it again because I love it as a feature. In the end of a meeting with a customer, for instance, you'll be working together on a canvas, make a nice summary, and go over it in a sort of presentation mode, and see. I love it for that. The canvas list I already showed. Maybe what I haven't showed yet is, well, I already showed the search function we have, also the list view, and you can basically select stuff based on different stuff, like on how it's modified, on how big they are, or just the name, which is mostly what we use, of course. That's another. So that's really been involved in a lot of changes that have been made. Here on the left side of this, you see the server we logged into. So I'm now collapsing. If you see, I'm only logged into one server. I still have access to the other ones, otherwise it would show something else. But I'm not signed in as a user. So if I would go in another server, I would be a guest. So I have guest access. Now here shows a little called avatar at the moment, a G. If I click on it, it tells me basically who is signed into this server. Normally on a video like this, that's not going automatically. On a laptop version, you can set it that way, and it's also sort of standard that you are automatically signed in. So it will remember you. So you just open your Canvas on your laptop, and it will automatically sign you in to the server. And this can be more than one server in case your company has more than one server. I think most companies have one, but if they have more, that's also possible. It can automatically remember different signing instances on different servers. So that's a really neat feature on the laptop again, that you don't have to every time have to sign in. You do it once, and after that it knows it's your laptop. Of course, if you want, you can sign out, and then next time you go in, somebody has to sign in. So it's not like it will always sign you in, but if you don't sign out of it, next time you open it, it will open it with you signed in the laptop. That is not on the video. On the video, we don't do that. And basically, well, the reason is clear. I mean, everybody can walk in here, and you would not like to be signed in all the time. Okay, information. Give some information about the license type, and of course the version and the mode. And this is the mode which I was talking a little bit about. We don't talk about single user or multi-user. A big screen we would call multi-user. A single user would be a desktop or a laptop like we have here. And on a single user, it will sort of automatically, it would also set your the setting this way that your passwords are automatically remembered. Again, this can all be changed if you don't want that to happen, but that's the sort of the automatic setup. Other things you have here are your video inputs, disk drives. So anything I can. So maybe I'll show something. Let's see what's just an old. So on this side, for instance, now I dragged in a PowerPoint presentation, and actually we can open this. This also worked in 2.0. I just want to show you how it now looks. So we have some different features here. So I can just press RDP, and actually now it's opening an RDP session. So it's connecting to another server. But I can control it from here, just like it would be running on the wall. There we are. And actually, remember that I was there before. bigger. So now I'm just interacting with it. Go to different places and I could start a presentation or whatever, and you know, that's. And you notice, oh, now you notice what happens. It went very big. Actually, I'm going to switch over to camera so you can see what I'm pointing at. So it went very big, and my side menu jumped to the other side because there was no space here anymore. And the same is for the title bar. If it would be too high, it would jump to the bottom. So we always look for a place where we can put the menu. If I go more to the right, it'll come back to its normal place again. So that's part of the new user interface, that you always have that at the right place. And of course, the video conference I already showed. So one of my video outputs is connected to the video conference, and that's what I'm using all the time for switching between canvases. Actually, what I'll do, I'll zoom out a bit. So what you see is on this side, I had another section open all the time of Canvas, and different setups which I can share with the video output. So, you know, if I would take, for instance, here was a laptop screen. Now the laptop is shared with you, and I go back to the camera again, and I'm sharing the camera again with you. So that's a very easy way of sharing different video inputs, actually. So somebody was asking, can you add a PowerPoint? Yes, you can. You could, but that will, when you add a PowerPoint, you cannot just make a PowerPoint on the other computer and then just move it here. But without any changes it would make on it, on the other one, it's automatically updated here on the canvas. So I added it via the disk menu, or I could drag it from my laptop. I could add a PowerPoint file or an Excel file. You could just drag it from your desktop to the canvas, and it will just import it automatically like that. And after that, all the changes you make to it, which I've done in the RDP server, are automatically updated in the file here. See, there's more questions. Video inputs. Yes. So I was just talking about that. So I showed different video inputs. I will show some more here. So for instance, we have here a Google Meet box connected. We have a Google Chrome as boxing connected, and which I already used before was the Apple AirPlay with my phone to show you what's happening on my phone. So you can have all kinds of different video inputs connected to the system, and you can switch between them like I just showed to your video output. You can basically put them anywhere you want, take a snapshot of anything you make, and make annotations on it. That's the power of Canvas, and that has not changed. Last but not least is it shows you participants. So a small menu here and what I could do here is follow a person. So at the moment, if I just tap on this one, let me zoom in on my laptop. So I've zoomed in to what I do is, yes, here. So I zoomed into the PDF. If I now click on this one, it will follow what I'm doing on the laptop. So I move from the laptop to a different place. It's just following it. So that's basically, call it the follow me or the follow mode that you can use. Maybe a nice feature also to show is you can now easily get rid of your info panel. What I will do, I'll zoom in a bit more for you guys. So I can get the info panel like this, or get it disappeared like this. It's okay on a video like this high, and I'm big enough, but we also understand on bigger video walls that might be problematic. So I can still do it from the settings menu as well. Show the info panel. Now it's back again. So again, it's a bit of one of these features where you want to make it easy to work on a laptop, for instance. You just want to slide it out of the way if you want to. On bigger video walls where not everybody can reach the top, you have this menu on the side as well, the settings menu. I think that almost, maybe what I will show you still is how it looks when you would sign in as a view-only person. So I made this canvas now as a guest. I would only be able to view this, so I cannot change it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign out. So I'm going to my server, I just sign out, and I go to this menu. And you see I'm not signed in anymore, so go there it is. And now you notice it looks different. First of all, what I already told you, the browser is not signed in. If you see some of the buttons on the side are also whitened out. I cannot look at the other video inputs, and I cannot put on my or extend the. So I can look, but I cannot change anything on the canvas. So this is just an extra feature if you want people to maybe check your canvas, but you don't want people to interact with it yet or make changes to it, because then you have a presentation tomorrow morning and you don't want it to be changed before that. I think this comes to the end of the introduction. I'll thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, just shoot us an email, sales@multitaction.com or support@multitaction.com. And of course, we'll always be ready to help you give some answers to that. Thank you.